Hello, Scrapper Names fan. How are we all? I am back today as part of the Scrapping Good Times Facebook group design team. I have a 12 by 12 process for you, displaying our some Christmas photos. All right, so the theme of this month's December challenge for the Facebook group is you need to do a layout with a Christmas song lyrics in it, whatever. So I rattled my brain, actually, as bad as it sounds. When you put on the spot like that, well, kind of, I couldn't think of one. So it took me a bit, and I knew I wanted to use these photos because I thought, especially this one at the top, with us all dressed up, ready for, we did an early Christmas lunch at the beginning of December with my family, just because my sister's due for a baby, so my parents may not be here at Christmas time. My son's not here, he's with his dad. And yes, we're all sort of all over the place, so we wanted to get in early. Yes, so anyway, I actually had to Google Christmas songs, and I have decided on We Wish You a Merry Christmas, and I'm going with these two photos. The one down the bottom of the three kids are just Saturday, what was it, the 3rd or whatever it was of December, where we decorated our Christmas tree and put some decorations around the house a bit more. So yeah, so what I'm doing is those pieces you can see there that I was using as kind of like frames from the Scrap and Fun Kits November kit, and there's some papers I have left over from that, and I just thought they're in a bit of an odd shape and they're not huge bits of pattern paper, so I thought, right, how will I use it? So I thought I might use it as a frame piece here. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just using some craft foam here to mount both photos, I think. I think both photos are mounted. No, maybe it's just the one, and then the other one underneath sits under. I think that might be right. We shall see, I guess. Surprise for all of us. So I did fuss around a bit how I was going to place the photos, because I didn't want that whole picture in. I thought about cutting around the Christmas tree and the kids' heads, and then I thought that might look a little bit wonky. So what I'm using, as you can see, is the edge of the top photo to sort of cut off a little bit of the top of the bottom photo. I put this photo, didn't even think, put the photo down underneath and it had stuck. So what I'm doing here is just putting my double-sided tape straight onto the cardstock because I'd already sort of stuck the corner, top corner, left corner down. Whoops. So you don't actually see me fussing around, but even before I turned the camera on, I was fussing as to how to place these photos. Originally I did have them separated, but I needed to make sure that there was enough room for the title as well, so I had to combine them somehow. And for this layout I am using some odds and ends from other Christmas pieces. So this one here is a scrap piece from a kit I got last year from Kitaholic Kits. This star paper isn't a Christmas one, it was part of the Glitter Girl range, I think. So I'm just using a snippet of that just to add a pop of bling.
I don't want Holly to use this, but she wants to, but I don't want her to.
Okay.
And she keeps asking and I keep saying no.
Okay. Play nice, girls. Sorry, my niece and my daughter are playing and arguing. What was I saying? Oh, this bit. Yeah, so I just wanted to add a bit of sparkle. Like the Christmas tree, you've got that sort of glary kind of look from the lights. So I just wanted to add a bit of, as I said, a pop of bling to it as well. Alright, so this piece here is a chipboard piece that came as well in the November Scrapping Fun Kits. And it says, I think it says, Christmas is all about family. What I'm going to do here, I decided to emboss it. Now, I wasn't sure how it would come out with the clear. I only have 3 embossing powders, just because it's a technique that I dabble in slightly. And the only other two colours I have is like a bright pink and a blue, so not really Christmassy. So I went with this clear, glistening, snowflakey kind of colour, whatever it is, girls. And actually really happy with how it turned out. So I just dabbed it on my Versamark ink pad there. As you saw, covered it in the powder. Now I have an A4 piece of paper to catch the powder on, so I can pour it back in, the excess back into the bottle when I'm done. Now I did a bit of a mistake here, which didn't actually end up too bad, but as you can see, I am heating it on the mat directly, which I probably shouldn't have done. It did make the mat hot and it bubbled a little bit, but it's settled down now. But yeah, so anyway, so it does turn out, I think you can see it, I did leave it in, you can sort of see it change in colour. There it is. Look at that shine on it. I thought it was really good. It's a grey kind of colour, but it just looked fantastic considering I was a little bit unsure how it would go. And I did think about colouring it with some gelatos and things like that, but I just don't know. The embossing just came into my head. And I'm really glad I did it, actually. I'm really glad the way it turned out, especially sitting on that gold paper at the back. And just using my Tombow glue, just sticking it down. Alrighty. What am I fussing around with here? Sorry, I've just come back into the video. I had to stop. My little munchkins were, well, trying to kill each other. Oh no, I'm sticking that little red piece of present paper up in the top corner there. I just sort of kind of balanced it out a little bit from the gold at the bottom. I think I'm fighting with the double-sided tape. Yes. Oh, and I inked the edges. There you go. I've forgotten I'd done that. I like to ink the edges just to give it a little bit more pop. And there's a mix of colours there with that green background. I thought it was a good idea. Now I'm starting to wonder if that was really... I was trying to go with the Christmas coloured feel of things. I was going to try and stick this as it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, I think. But it didn't work. I didn't want it to cover that frame piece up that I was using. Now this is a Kaiser Craft Christmas sticker sheet. It's from last year. I actually brought what I thought was one, and I then discovered there was like 3 in the pack, and then discovered actually yesterday when giving one to my daughter that there's actually 4. So bonus for me. I think it was accidentally sort of all stuck together when someone's put it on the shelf at the shop. And I've used the sticker there, which I can't remember what it was, but I almost didn't put my big title that I'm going to put in. I nearly used just that sticker, but yeah, I'd already left the space for it, and I didn't think it was big enough to be a title. So what I'm going to do here is, you can see my Nouveau Script font pens there, and I'm going to write the title because I just thought it was too long for thickers. I don't think I have that many thickers in the same sort of font, colour, whatnot. So I do try and do a bit of a scripty font with that. I don't make you watch me try and do the whole thing. But, yeah. So it's all done, I go over. I'm not sure I'm happy with it, but I'm getting there, working on it, the writing. Now this little white tree comes from the Scrap and Fun kits as well. It's a cute little tree. Just like a fabric-y kind of material. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm not good with all that sort of stuff. Sewing and all that's not my thing. But it is quite unique and quite pretty. So it is exclusive to the Scrapping Fun kits. I think Raylene makes some of these things obviously herself. Like this little flare as well. It's got the Christmas wreath. So you won't buy them in any collections and ranges and whatnot. So the kits are quite exclusive. She does put a lot of work into them. I've only just started getting them, and yeah, I've just received my December one, and it's got some fantastic goodies in it. Now I think I'm just rummaging through to see what other little bits and pieces I can pop on there. I love this piece of, what is it, like tag kind of thing. It has Santa surfing. I love it. So Aussie. Our Aussie Santa. And no, it didn't work. I think because the title was big and the photos are big photos, I couldn't add too much. Otherwise, I mean, even now looking at it, I thought, oh, I pulled it out before to take some photos and thought, oh, that's really well, like a lot embellished. I don't think I've embellished a layout quite like that for a long time with that many embellishments on it. And I don't know if it's because the green background, I sort of thought, oh God, I need to soften it a little bit. As I said, I thought it was a good idea at the time, going with green Christmas colours, and I was going to do some mixed media and then changed my mind. But yeah, maybe I should have done normal sort of white cardstock, maybe with the green as a layering. Now that little flare badge at the bottom there is from last year's Kidaholic Kits, December kit. And this little cute little candy cane is again from the November kit, from Scrapping Fun Kits. So just using my PVA glue, sticking them down, fighting with it first, and done. And it looks like I've put a little sticker there from an old sticker sheet from last year as well. I think a Pink Fresh Studio Christmas one from last year. I think I go hunting for more goodies. Don't know how much more I add actually. I actually didn't add any journaling either. I really wanted to use our Surfing Santa. I thought he looked really cool, but it just didn't work. I love that piece. I could almost hoard it. It's just unique. So you don't get to see a lot of that Aussie Christmas. Oh, I do journal. I use this green little tag as the journaling piece. That's right. I hate fussy cutting. It's my only thing I don't like. I had to, what was I doing? I was making some props for my stepdaughter's birthday party on the weekend and some photo booth props, and oh my God, I had to fussy cut and they were fussy, and my God, it was driving me nuts. So, and because I'd forgotten about them and had to do them last minute, it was even more annoying. So what am I... Oh, I'm going to use this white sort of bauble light paper to back this tag. Because the tag itself is, or label, whatever you call it, is green, it needed something to break up from the green at the back. So I've just used this paper. I wanted to use as much of this November kit as I could in a layout, to sort of use it up a bit. And being that it was Christmassy, it was perfect. I don't think I'd received any of my other Christmas kits yet, so this was perfect to use here. Now I'm just going to stick it on right before sticking. Journaling. I think I just journal. What I said before is that the picture at the top is of us going to Christmas lunch on the Saturday. As I said, it was the beginning of December. And then the bottom one is just the same as I said before. After we decorate our Christmas tree, I got a nice... And it's funny, on my Facebook memories, it come up with a photo very similar to the one of the 3 kids there in front of the Christmas tree. That was from last year. So I thought, oh, I have a bit of a tradition I didn't realise I was even doing. So yes. I think I am just about finished. Whoops, silly me. Still working around the mechanics of my tripod at the moment and filming and getting it all in, and yeah, and I think maybe this layout actually knocked it a little bit, so that might be why we can't quite see it all. So I do apologise for that. Alrighty. I might be nearly finished. I've disappeared. What am I doing? Oh, movement. Washi. That's right, yes. So I've placed some washi, Christmas washi at the top there, and then I decided I was on a bit of a, oh, the washi thing works for me. So I'm just adding a few more strips around the page. This one isn't a Christmas one specifically, but it just says fun party. That might be it, just repetitively. But it's a nice red. It's a good colour for Christmas. And it's just adding some more pops of red to balance out with that bit of present paper in the top corner there. Alright, back again for the last part of my video. Sorry, dinner called. So I'm just going through finishing off my layout here. I think I'm looking for some sparkly bits, bit of bling. Ah, yes. Just to add in a little bit more touch of gold, I use one of these gold sort of foily kind of hearts. Do I use this one, pastel coloured one? These are both from the My Mind's Eye blush range, by the way, if you're curious. Do I use the second one? I do use the second one. I honestly think I'm nearly done. I've had to start this a couple of goes, but yeah, I think I'm nearly done. Now I will have some close-ups for you in just a second. Again, my filming, still getting used to the tripod and how to film close sort of slow-mo views of my projects. So this is what I have at the moment, but I will put some photos at the end. I may end up skipping doing this part and just put some photos. That might be an idea, unless someone's got some tips for me. But otherwise, check out the Scrapping Good Times Facebook group. We are having some challenges over the Christmas period, but they're nothing too major. And us design team members will pop in and out, but I don't think we're actually doing anything specific. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.